Hey guys, so it's Lilacspectrum, and I just wanted to talk to you guys another what to know before you ... and this has become like a little mini series. First with tattoos, and then what to know before you start using rumps or change to rumps, and then now what to know before you get a hedgehog. So I mentioned in a few videos earlier, or maybe videos after, I don't know when they'll go up, it depends on how long this video is, but I mentioned at one time in another video that I do own a hedgehog, and a lot of people since I got one have come up to me and asked me like what goes into taking care of a hedgehog and what kind of stuff they need, and I figured why not talk to my fans about this, because I have you guys watching, and I have people from Wattpad, fanfiction, and other places that may watch and currently try to come and see, and so I just wanted to say a few things about that, because I was really interested before I got a hedgehog to know what I should know. So here you go, I'm gonna talk to you guys. So if you want to get a hedgehog, you need to know a lot of stuff before you get one, and that means researching. I'm gonna give you some basic stuff here, but there's also places you need to look. So the first thing you need to know before you get a hedgehog, how much time do you have? The first thing I would suggest is if you have plenty of time, like maybe you're a high school student and you're starting out in high school, or maybe you're midway through high school, or maybe you're into college and you got some time. I don't know how college will be at the end, or maybe you're just somebody who's older or whatever who has some time on their hands, and that's number one. You need to have time on your hands because you're going to be doing a lot of stuff for the hedgehog. And by a lot of stuff I mean you're going to be taking it out every night for at least a few minutes at a time so it can smell you and bond with you until you guys get acquainted, and you're going to have to do a lot of cleaning, which honestly the cleaning only is a little bit here and there. If you keep up with it, it's not that bad. You got to feed them every day, of course, like any other animal, and you're going to have to make sure the wheel is clean and there's plenty of water and food and all that stuff. So there's a lot of time going into hedgehogs as well. It's like having a big dog, honestly, because there's just so much to do. So honestly, first figure out if you have time to take care of a hedgehog, because they are a lot of work. Another thing is knowing whether you want a girl or a boy. I can't tell you pros and cons for boys and girls because I've just got a girl. I don't have a boy. I've never had a boy, and I probably won't ever own a boy unless I just happen to find a boy. I don't know. So I can't really say the pros and cons between them all. I know there are probably some pros and cons, but I don't know. Finding a good breeder. Honestly, I went on Facebook and just put in on one of those for sale groups in search of a hedgehog, and I just found it that way. A lot of people like to go and find actual breeders who breed them to sell, but honestly, I mean, unless you're just really hesitant about meeting somebody like that via Facebook like I did, I just met somebody on Facebook who really couldn't deal with the hedgehog stuff anymore and needed to, he was an older gentleman, and it was him and his wife, really older actually. They were much older than I was, of course, and I think the gentleman said he had gotten cancer and he just couldn't take care of the hedgehog like she needed, and so that's why they were selling her. So that's why he was selling her, since he just didn't have the time and he wanted to sell her to somebody who did have the time. So that was me. And that's another reason why I don't get stuff out as fast as I should. But so yeah, honestly, rescuing a hedgehog from somebody else is a good option too. You know, a lot of people say, well, what should you do? And I mean, honestly, I'm just believe any way you want to do it. If you'd rather rescue one who needs to leave their home, or maybe you just want to have one bred up for you, there you go. Whatever you want to do, and figure out how you feel about it, so you can know what you want. And also, if you buy them from somebody who's previously owned them, they are definitely older than babies. Also, you need to consider prices, because hedgehogs are a pretty penny, and once you buy them, that's not the only time you'll be spending money. You'll be spending money until the day they die. Hedgehogs are a pretty penny, and once you buy them, they are still money machines, and they cost money. So when I got my hedgehog, because I was getting her from somebody who already owned her at the time, I got the cage, the hedgehog, the 2 different types of bedding, food, some mealworms, and a couple of toys, and so it was only like $150 for all that. As to if you had just bought a baby one off the market, like somebody who breeds them, you probably would spend $150 just for the hedgehog. So that's another thing. If you have limited funds, maybe not necessarily limited, but you don't have a whole bunch of money to spend on a hedgehog, you still can buy them from somebody else who will also most likely give you their stuff whenever they sell them. So there's another good opinion and option. Food. I'm a part of a group on Facebook where it's like 1,000, so many people, I don't even know how many thousand people are in it, and they all talk to each other about their hedgehogs, and they give each other advice on their hedgehogs, what to feed them and stuff like that. A high protein cat food is good. So what I would suggest is you go to Facebook, if you have Facebook, and join the group Hedgehogs Anonymous. It's called Hedgehogs Anonymous, and there's usually just like a what do you need to know before you get one and when you first get her or him, and it gives you all that stuff, so they're good. And also looking it up online is good too, so if you don't have a Facebook or whatever. Bedding. They say the wood chips aren't good for hedgehogs, that other people swear by them. I mean, I've heard that it can be problematic for their respiratory systems and stuff like that, so I I used it the first time because that's all I really kind of had for her, and then I switched it out to the paper bedding kind of stuff, and I didn't like it. It got soggy really quickly, and yeah, it was just weird. It got soggy really quickly, and it smelled weird, and I just didn't like it. So I ended up making the switch, pieces of fleece, and you just cut them to the size of your cage bottom, and you lay them out, and there you go. And at the end of the week, when I get ready to clean her cage, I pick the little doo-doos off and throw them in the trash, and take the thing, try to clean it as much as I can by hand, and take it to the sink and get all the pee out of it, wring it out over and over again, let it soak up the water, wring it out until there's no pee left, and then I just throw it in the wash with an unscented detergent, and that's all I do. I throw it in there with regular clothes, and because I wring them out so much that all the pee gets out and all that stuff, it doesn't even make a difference. It doesn't make your clothes smell weird or anything. So some people worry about using it with their clothes and washing it with their clothes or whatever. It honestly doesn't make a difference. Some people dry theirs. I do not personally dry mine because if you dry them, they can shrink up and stuff like that. So I do not dry mine. It is not dried. So if you're okay with I'm okay with using stuff like that and reusing it over and over again because I use reusables. And if you don't know what reusables, if you're a girl and you're interested, there's a video on my channel. Click on it and it'll say like what to know before you switch to reusables. So anyway, reusables are a whole nother topic, but I was okay with using reusables and cleaning them myself, and I ended up making the switch for my hedgehog, so she's really happy. Also, toys. Just about any kind of toy they can play with. Just be careful it doesn't have any loose parts that can be chewed off and swallowed, because they can swallow stuff. They're just like any other thing with a mouth it can swallow. So, I mean, I just have a few crinkle balls and a little jingly bell ball for her, and she doesn't really play with them as much. Stuff like that. Stuff like that kind of stuff to play with. Also, wheels. A lot of people, and the people that I got my hedgehog from, made this mistake. They use those wire wheels, the wheels that are kind of like wiry, and they have like the checkerboard pattern like that. I have one, I just don't have it with me. It's in my room, and I really don't want to go get it because I'm filming this. But anyway, there's wire wheels that have like the holes in them. Don't use those on your hedgehog because they have little tiny feet, and their little tiny feet can get caught in those and break or hurt them, and that is just not good. And then you really don't want a vet visit for your hedgehog, and it could have just been prevented by having the right wheel. So the people that I actually got my hedgehog from included one of those wheels, and I didn't know it and tried to keep putting it in her cage because I was like, why isn't she playing on her wheel? And then I posted to the group, and they explained to me why those wheels aren't good. I didn't even know it. I just figured whatever kind of wheel, and the wheel honestly wasn't even really big enough for her to run on anyway. So you need to get a pretty big wheel, something about this big. I mean, something pretty, unless your hedgehog's just naturally tiny. But you need to get something. I think it was like 11 inches in diameter. I'm not really sure how much it is. I can't remember. But it needs to be so big around so it can fit the animal while they're running. So and also the wheel you need to get is a barrel wheel, so it's like one of those wheels that's kind of like solid all the way around and no mesh wiring kind of thing at all, so their feet won't get caught in it. Anyway, so if you still have questions about hedgehogs and what you should get before you get one, or maybe you got one unexpectedly, or maybe you just got one on a whim. I mean, people do it, and I hate it when people say don't just get something on a whim like that, you know, because that saying don't do it makes people want to do it anyway. It doesn't matter what you say to them. But I do believe, like, I think everybody should have like the opportunity to get whatever they want. If you have the money, go do it, you know. But you should be prepared before you get one, and that doesn't necessarily mean just because you should, doesn't mean everybody is. So if you're watching this and it's giving you some tips and tricks, great. Go on Facebook and, like I said, look up Hedgehogs Anonymous. There are posts all in that group that are like pinned to the wall on Facebook, so people that are newcomers or new hedgehog parents can figure it out. And like I said, if you don't have Facebook, you can always go to Google and type in what should I get for my hedgehog, well, how should I prepare myself for a hedgehog, and they usually tell you all that stuff, so they're really good stuff. Anyway, if you have any questions about hedgehogs or whatever, maybe I can answer them. I may not. I may have to consult somebody else. But if I can't answer them, either I'll figure out an answer and give it back to you, or I can send you somewhere so you can get an answer. So you can just leave a comment below. I would show you my hedgehog, but I have my dog out right now, and she just freaks out every time Ava's out, so I'm not going to bring her out. I was going to have her make a little appearance, but the dog's out, and like I said, she acts weird. So maybe at a later date I could show my hedgehog off. So thanks guys for watching, and thank you for watching my videos. And if you're not a subscriber yet, click the little subscribe button, and maybe you can request something you want to see next. I am going to be uploading some more reviews. It's been a while since I did a book review, I know, but I'm still having to read these books and I'm not done with them yet, so that's where those are. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Bye. Hey guys, if you would like to, please subscribe to me, and below you can find different links to all my social medias and where you can reach me. Bye.